All doing. If you like reseller content, toy content, WWE content, like, subscribe, comment below. So, going through a big bin of action figures I picked up. Looks like it's almost entirely wrestling. There may be a couple superheroes in here, but we're kind of blurring the line. These guys are off to the side because they're part of a create your own wrestler kit. So I'm going to have to disassemble those guys and see how many of these kits I have. And kind of see if I have the original setups and go from there. Less than halfway through. Just going to try to get this done in one video. Okay, so I ran into the Scott Hall one of these. I doubt it works, but Rumble Wrestler is what this is called. This is from 97 WCW. I don't know. I'm a wrestling fan, but so far I haven't been doing too good on these. This to me looks like Bobby Eaton, which would be a really odd figure to make. I mean, he was hugely popular in the 80s, but not in WCW. He was really a mid-carder in WCW. He was part of the Midnight Express. Is a storied tag team from the territory days. It could also be a really bad Greg the Hammer Valentine. But I'm leaning Bobby Eaton. He was never built like that. Bobby Eaton did not have a physique. But I also can't get this battery thing open. Uh-oh. So, like the Scott Hall one, this is a Rumble figure that vibrates for no particular reason. Yeah, this does not want to come out. This may be cross-threaded somehow. I mean, usually this wouldn't be a big deal. This is in there. Before I get too crazy prying this open, let's see if there's any value. If there's a lot of value, I don't want to damage it trying to get the battery pack open. If there is no value, then I might not even bother. So we got 1997 WCW Rumble. Is what these were called, Rumble Wrestlers or something like that. So there's my listing from the last video of the Scott Hall that looks nothing like Scott Hall. Let's see if we can identify this guy. For a terrible idea, they made an awful lot of these. Right. There he is. Oh, that could be Lex Luger. But like an awful looking Lex Luger. Yeah, Lex Luger. Okay. Does that look like him? So that's funny that they actually like underrepresented his physique. But it doesn't really look a lot like him. So punching Lex Luger. This one seems to be people are asking for more. We only got two. Interesting. Both being... Oh, okay, there's another one. The search function's kind of wonky sometimes, but... So we're looking at like 12 and up, but the other one had no sales. Lex Luger is not a well-liked wrestler, quite frankly, so... I would be surprised if people were looking to buy him. So, still in the box, Rumble. Otherwise, we don't have them boxed anywhere. So there's not that many for sale. I'm going to put them up for 8. I would like to get this battery pack open. I don't want this video to run long. I'm going to pause this and see if I can pry it open. Did get the back open. The screw will not come out, but you can pry the top with a screwdriver and bend it enough. Now feast your eyes on this. Mike will even pick this up. What a dumb concept. Why did we need this? Does the literature actually say why this exists? Could they justify this product? Try me. Press button. Someone came up with this and somebody else said this is a good idea. Oh man, a KB Toys price tag? Amazing. Alright. Real wrestling sounds. Vibration is not a real wrestling sound. Pulse, thumping, bashing, pulsating, posable action figures. I bet the Benoit one goes for quite a bit because after he killed his family, I suspect a lot of people threw them out. But no, it doesn't explain why they needed to vibrate. So, I'm going to list it for 8. There's not a ton of them out there. I don't expect it to sell necessarily, but you never know. It does work. So we'll give that a go. I won't change profit because I don't expect it to sell. But dig into the next one. Here we have, this is obviously Steve Austin, rubberized arms, and a weird, like, felt shirt that, I mean, it doesn't look homemade. It looks terrible. I mean, this could be homemade, actually, looking at it. So, yesterday, I got a Steve Austin, and come to find out there were 13 guys. Steve Austin's made in the same year. Talk about cashing in. So, interesting. I don't know if this is worn, if it's supposed to look like this. But we got a Steve Austin from the same Jax line, 98. I think that was really at the height of his popularity. I never cared for him. For no particular reason, I just didn't really care for him. I guess I didn't really care for his wrestling. In the Attitude Era, I thought was terrible. So, let's see which Steve Austin with a terrible shirt this is. Few different ones. I'm sure the vest is probably the more popular. So I've listed mine yesterday. It turns out he is actually missing a vest, but I wasn't too concerned with it. I already listed him for as cheaply as I'm willing to go. So the thing is, there's really not a lot differentiating any of these. It's just a Steve Austin. Oh, here we are. But that's not the same guy. So either my shirt's on the wrong dude, or his shirt's on the wrong dude. These don't look quite right. This one has a rubberized arm. That one has a rubberized arm too. They both do. You can see by the holes in the arms in the picture. So there's going to be another Steve Austin in here, I'm guessing. I'm just going to move that aside because I don't want to take pictures and pair stuff up and have it be wrong. Because then I have to delist it. And we'll just add it to the bin there of guys that are put together. All right, this looks like Triple H, but he has John Cena's wristband. So this is obviously another one of these figures that you can make your own. Hopefully these sell well. I can't, as a toy, this is a cool idea, making your own wrestler. And they're good figures. They have like, you know, ankle pronation, rotation. They move well. And I can, you know, having the heads of active wrestlers is kind of weird. I don't know. So we're gonna have to piece those together. I'm seeing another Rumble wrestler and I'm avoiding pulling him out. Alright, so now we have a normal Scott Hall. It looks like he has some kind of uppercut action. Okay, so there's like a little thumb notch here, I guess you'd call it, so you can get him to punch. That's cool. That's a classic action figure thing. So this is a 98 Scott Hall punching action. I bet this one's going to actually be worth something. We shall see. Punch figure, I'll call him. So that's him. So one of them does an elbow, I guess. See, this one actually looks like Scott Hall. Why was that so hard to do? I don't understand why these action figures don't look right. I mean, I'm not an artist, but I just feel like you should be able to make a figure that looks at least vaguely like the person it's supposed to. Alright, so this one's listed for under 8. I'm not seeing what it's actually called. Atomic Elbow. Well, that would kind of make sense. Bang. Okay. I thought it was I mean, it could be either or. I just thought it was a punch. But yeah, if you do that. I don't really remember his moveset, frankly. I think he did mostly a classic wrestler moveset. So yeah, an elbow drop would be in there. We'll change punch to elbow. See if everybody agrees on that. And if you're not sure, you just find the package. Atomic Elbow, Scott Hall. Okay, so that seals the deal. 29 Atomic Elbow Scott Halls for sale. 2 sold, both in the package. Got one down here that's sold. So, vintage. Yeah. I think this is one of the better figures we've run into. But I am going to list him for $8. He's a Scott Hall. I bet he'll go at $8. We are clawing our way towards solvency here, but it has not been easy. And I still have this pile. I mean, I'm not going to lose money on this. I'm not going to make quite as much as I was hoping, I don't think. I still haven't seen the bottom, though. I couldn't see the bottom half of this bin, and that's why I picked it up. So we're going to do $8 on Scott Hall, Atomic Elbow version. Next up, we got... I'm guessing this is another one of those create your owns, because it's the same top as the other guy. Yeah, so this is a duplicate create your own with John Cena's head. I think. Yeah, it's gotta be. I just pulled his foot off. Or I've made a grievous error. So that's gonna be a thing. Hopefully those are valuable. We'll see. Another one of these. This one's not even in good shape. So this is obviously the Giant, later known as the Big Show. That at least looks kind of like him. But yeah, he's got kind of beat up. Paint's missing. Pop it open. The one saving grace is there's not a bunch of rotten batteries in these. I'm guessing they all came from the same person. Oh, okay. There's a battery in this one, but... Uh-oh. Alright, gotta get this out without breaking it. It's attached to the spring. There we go. Oddly, the battery didn't actually blow up. Throw one in just to make sure. Huh. But he's dead. Unless this battery died. Which is doubtful. Different one. Battery compartment's very tight, too. That could be the issue. But really, it's probably not worth fixing. There's really no corrosion in here. It's the spring thing was not a major issue. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, it's just seated weird, but alright, so you don't want to sell a non-vibrating giant action figure. That just wouldn't go. They'd come for you with torches and pitchforks. So, I'm guessing this is about as non-valuable as the rest, but we're going to look, just in case. He's at least had like a really long career. He's still out there. He's been in every promotion. I mean, really. I don't know if he ever did much in Japan. Giant Rumble, WCW. But, you know, obviously WCW, WWE, AEW, although he just signed a deal where he didn't have to do much. Virgil action figure. That is definitely and unsold, but that would be something to look for. He became much more notorious outside of wrestling. And he's dead. So, there's that. So we got a 2-pack going. So yeah, is that him? Doesn't look right. He's missing a beard. Yeah, not a lot of these for sale. And Umaga, he's also dead. So $20 on bids. Giant Haystacks. He's dead, and that figure looks nothing like him. That man was 700 pounds. But, alright, so, we already accidentally hit our sold listings. I am going to list them for 8. If he ever moves, so be it. Yeah, there's just not a lot of them out there, though. I can actually see this going, quite frankly. We'll even update profit. I think I will sell a vibrating giant. Alright. Not even close to done, actually. There's a lot more on the bottom than I thought. What on earth is this? So, very articulated. I don't recognize this guy at all. I think this was a 2014. That seems to be the... Oh, 2010. Man, I don't know. Tattoos, like kind of nondescript trunks. 2010. Jax. TNA. That's a TNA figure. I never watched TNA. He could be AJ Styles. That's one of the only guys I remember doing a lot. And he did have short hair for a time and like weird facial hair. I'm kind of guessing it is AJ Styles, actually. And I have no idea what TNA figures go for. Let's put in the year and TNA figure and see if we spot somebody. So, AJ Styles, but it could be a different one. I don't know how many variants they put out. I like that they didn't attempt to give Abyss abs. Like, great big man wrestler, but not everybody has abs. Mr. Anderson, he is notorious. Jeff Hardy, another guy that's been absolutely everywhere. Frank Kazarian, I've heard that name, but I don't know that guy offhand. All right, so they do have more AJ Styles. Yeah, I might have to Google Lens this one. Nothing's really popping out at me here. Is this Chris Sabin? No, there's no armband, though. It's like they use the same pants for everybody. It's totally the same pants, but he doesn't have an armband. We'll get a better look here. Oh, that's a terrible picture. Okay. Yeah, that actually would be him. So he had an optional armband then. And a belt, apparently. Chris Sabin. That sounds familiar. I think he's one of the bigger guys they had as well. We'll just narrow it down. We'll punch in Chris Sabin and see. Okay. So you had knee pads and arm pads. Well, people are asking good money for them. Cross the line, a few variants. Yes, I don't have any of that stuff. Yeah, it might have been. I never followed TNA. It might have been he was only there for a short time and then went elsewhere, so the figure has more value. It's not a ton of them for sale. It doesn't look like there's anything in the... Oh, no, there is stuff in the bottom. I'm trying not to, like, peek in here. This is kind of the fun for me, too, is seeing what's what. So, that's a 12-inch Chris Sabin. Or Deluxe 12. And that looks exactly like mine. $32. So this could be a real good one. So I'm concerned that I'm not getting the right search parameters going. So I'll just try to narrow it down to just Jax, because TNA then became Impact. So I'll do Jax Sabin. See how many are out there. So different pants. Motor City Machine Guns. I do recall that name. I think they were champs for quite a bit. I don't know if they did anything else. It might have been that he was only in this 2-pack. No, it's a different pants. Alright, so he must have been a singles at some point. But Jax Sabin. Alright, so I'm just trying to get a price. This is going to move, I think. As long as we don't charge too much. So I talk about this pretty frequently. People that collect whatever they collect, figures, wrestling figures. I can look at that and say, well, 32. Okay, it's 32. But not really. The people that are collecting these things aren't only collecting Chris Sabin figures. They're collecting all kinds of figures. And they don't have infinite money. They're going to come on here and they're looking to add to the collection. So if you price somebody out, you're not going to ever sell it, because they're always going to find something cheaper to add to the collection. There's plenty of wrestling figures out there. So, and again, we're looking at, okay, this guy is 27, but he has the pads. This guy's 25, but he has stuff. 27. So mine's not going to be 27. It's going to have to be significantly cheaper and I want to move it. Oh, Sabu figures. That's awesome. Why does he have a WWF figure? He did one match. Unless he showed up, but no. He did one match on the ECW takeover and jumped off the sign and narrowly didn't hit anything. So realistically, I think I'll put him up for like $16. And I think it'll move if I do that. If I price people out, it's not going to go anywhere. All right, so we're at break even, so we're actually looking all right. We got a few more in there, and then we got this whole pile over here. I'm doing this in one video. I'll try to get through as quick as possible, but Chris Sabin for 16. Did a quick peek, because I didn't want to list him without the pads. And there's a Lucha mask in there, and that's the only loose thing. I'm guessing that goes with that Lucha create your own set. All right, we got, looks like Road Dogg from Degeneration X. Could have value. What year is this? 98. Okay. Not a clue what these would go for. Road Dogg, obviously he was a thing at the time. Now he's kind of just an ass on the internet. I don't think he's wrestled in quite a long time. Road Dogg DX figure, 1998. A few variants. I mean, he wasn't even that big of a deal. And how many variants do they have of this guy? Cashing in on figures. I don't like this. Somebody's got it listed for the same one I got for like $6. Yeah, quite a few for $6. All right, so I mean, I'm not going below 8 just on shipping. And he's well represented. Everybody bought this figure. It must have been included in a lot of packs or something. 7 sold. And for small money. I mean, he will eventually sell. There are a lot of them out there, but I am going to list him because at some point he will sell. Especially where he's still running his Yap. He might just generate himself some popularity outside the wrestling world. Or outside the ring, I should say. But do $8 on him. Next up we got John. This might be another one of those. No, that head's on there. Why does he look weird? Well, maybe not. Yeah, it definitely looks wrong. I understand my lighting is not great. Hold on. Ugh. Another light here. This one actually looks more like John Cena than the John Cena figure, the mashup one. So it's funny because they add the shorts and it actually ruins his articulation. But we got a 2013 John Cena. Huge wrestling icon. I'm sure monetized to death, but I've also sold, I think, everyone I've ever gotten. So let's see if we can find the exact one. It looks like this guy down here. So we got 15 on that one. About 10. And it looks like these are all 10 and up, which means they're all probably selling. 2,400 John Cenas from this year. 250 sold. So this will move eventually. So I just have to price it in a way that will get it out the door. And $8 I'm fine with. I'm just going to take a gander and see if this specific one commands more money. Okay, now we're getting like DVDs and stuff. Figure. All right, 78. Yeah, some of the other 10. I'll just do 8 because I don't want to hang on to him forever. But he will absolutely move at $8. Get to the bottom here, only a few left. Another Stone Cold, this time with a vest, so that's good. Now, we had the one with the shirt. Oh, the knee braces for like the several years he had to wear knee braces and still wrestle because he was like the only viable face the company had for a bit. Poor dude. Oh, weird. One of his ankles is stuck. All right, there we go. It's very stiff, but that's a Stone Cold 2011. All right, so the other one's a different year. Let's pull him out. Point of reference. It was a 98. Okay. We don't know if the vest goes to this one. Now, I listed another one with a vest. So now I'm concerned that the vest actually went to the other guy. All right, so let's dig into this. All right, so we got a bunch of Austins. That's not the right vest, and it's not the right pants, but he has knee braces. This one looks the same, but he doesn't have the chest articulation like this one. So it might be this one, and this guy's missing all the stuff. The elite version. Like I said before, they put out so many figures for him. But if I have all the parts, I'd like to make the correct ones, obviously. I've only run into one with the chest articulation. So that has to narrow it down. So these are saying elite. I'm going to throw that in as a search parameter. And that's a very common thing to have different grades of figure. So I'm assuming it's this one and they lost all the gear. So if I have a really good figure with all the gear, that'd be nice. So this is the correct one. Elite Wrestler near mint. All right. That guy wants $30. That guy also wants $30. 51 for sale. 21 sold. And the elite ones are actually going for decent money. And he, talking about wrestling and guys doing stuff for themselves, keeping their name out there. He's had a podcast for a long time. It does very well. It's a good show, and he's not an ass. So he's not tarnishing his image. So things like this will be desirable long term because of his conduct, basically. So we're looking at like 20. That's bids. Yeah, let's do 20 because the others were 30, and they are selling. 20 I'm more than happy with, especially at this point. All right, we're getting to something respectable here. We got one more in there. Isn't that create your own guy? No, his knees are in place. Who on earth is this? This is somebody I actually thought this was Thor because he was upside down, but the feet were weird. Obviously, Thor does not wear wraps on his feet. So we got 2013 WWE. This guy is not familiar. I have no idea. Unless he is one of those figures. But the other ones, their legs... Oh, no, he is. It's just some goofy luchador. Okay. Alright, so we got a bunch of those I'm going to have to sort. Okay. And an identical Bob Holly. I already listed this guy. Why did you own two of these? 96 Bob Holly. So I'm just going to change my listing to be a second one, I guess. Odd figure to have two of, but, you know, that happens with holidays. Everybody knows you're into wrestling. They both grab you the same one. Whatever. So I've changed my listing. I'm guaranteeing I listed them for 8. 47. I'm going to pause this and sort this pile into all the Lucha sets. Or all the build your own sets, which includes Lucha. And we'll have a final tally when I come back. And the grand finale, what I ended up having. I looked up these sets. They actually come with a lot of stuff. I don't have a complete anybody. So this is the Luchador. He has a lot of different things. But that's what I got of him. This is the Gladiator. I'm missing his legs. He has alternate feet. He's got a bunch of stuff. This is Hulk Hogan / Mr. America. I'm missing his head, his boots, alternate legs. But I got the other stuff. I have 2 entire John Cena's. This one only came with a bulletproof vest and a helmet, but I don't have one for either. And then this is all I got of Bray Wyatt, which is unfortunate because this one's the most valuable. After much consideration, I am going to sell these as a lot for $30. Individually, these go for about 9 or 10 each. I don't have a complete anybody, though. Complete, they're like $25. So I figure if I do just a lot of create your own guys, and they still make these, so this has been going on. It's a great idea, honestly. They just do a superstar and then, or a kind of a theme. And they all look like they fit together year over year. So there's got to be people that just want pieces. For $30, I think this goes out the door pretty quick. And if not, I can always circle back and break it in half, whatever I got to do. But I think it's going to move. So my grand total at the end, $70 profit. Not bad. You know, could have been better. I had quite a few duds in there. But I'm okay with it. And I learned more. You know, there's a lot of figures. Now I kind of know what to avoid in the future. If I ever see a bin like this again and it's all like those goofy Rumble guys and gimmicky figures, I know not to grab it. Really, the value seems to be enduring love of particular guys. So, you know, grab your Austins, grab your Cenas. Anybody that's died, obviously, that's just going to keep being valuable. So, I'm going to pack that up. So, if you like toy content, reseller content, WWE content, like, subscribe, comment below. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.